All right, folks, welcome back for another episode of working on my turd called a Z. In the last episode, we worked on pulling out the trans and getting the clutch going. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter of an episode. Probably we're gonna kind of go over some of the little things, the tombstone gauge pods that were all messed up. We're gonna look at those. We're gonna look at the headlights, and we're going to utilize some plastics to try and clean up some of the plastics. So stay tuned. All right, so this is our before here. It's kind of yellowed, as you can see. Got a nice haze going on. We're gonna be using the McGuire's Plastics on everything today, and just some foam pad deals I got off Amazon. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on here and see what we can do. So much nicer. Holy crap, dude. Holy crap. I wish I could clean the insides, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. I'll take it. So while we're doing this, I figured I'd kind of explain the concept of what we're doing here, and that is drift car for not a lot of money, right? Which is always, I mean, a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people try to say, oh, the BRZs are a cheap drift car thing, or you could still get cheap S13s. And it's like, okay, let's be real for a second, okay? The real gangster in all of this is the Z33, 350Z. I picked this one up for about $4,000. My budget was $5,000. So with $4,000, I could throw a clutch in it, do a couple of hop-up parts. It's already got the stuff I was going to throw on it, the GK Tech steering angle kit or whatever. So it's already got some stuff. You could find these. You're just going to have to work for it, which is the reason why I bought this one. So if you're okay with putting in a little bit of work and learning some things, you could still get them. So that's kind of where I'm at. This is before. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit on here. I'm just going to pick one. We're going to do the digital thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it with my knees and then just try to, I may have put too much polish on it, but try to get it worked in. It is slinging the excess, and I don't want, I'm in my office. I don't want to sling this stuff all over the place. Let's see if that did anything. It did. There's still some haze, but it is way better. Holy crap. Okay, so this is the part where it takes some time if you're doing a lot. So I'm gonna put a little more on here, and I'm gonna see if I can get this thing perfectly clear. Just about there. See, now it's just a little bit up in that corner. So we're just gonna, come on. That thing's brand new now. Look, you get the reflection of the phone. That's wild. So we're gonna do these now, and in a similar fashion. So here, let's do the oil one next, right? So there's your oil gauge. Not done yet, but I'll show you in a second. Look at that, dude. Both of them. They're freaking brand new. Compared to that, you can't even read that gauge. It's insane. That's insane. All right, one more. Right? This is the battery voltage gauge. You can't even read it. That's how bad it is, right? So, put in my leg vise here. We're not done yet, but damn, we are close. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. Wow. That's crazy, man. That is so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna take off the face here just to clean off the residual plastics, but this is not necessary. So they're back together. Jesus, man. It's factory Nissan. That's insane. That's insane. Actually insane. I'm impressed. I love that stuff. That's my new favorite compound. I've never done anything like this before. Wow. It's like a brand new car. Hell yeah. For our next task, we're going to experiment here with this arch and the gasket that goes here. And as you can see, this one pretty much gave up the ghost. Now, the gasket itself probably would still work if it just, you know, stayed in place. But it clearly doesn't. So, I pulled the passenger one, and it's over here hanging out. And we kind of laid the gasket here in the channel and kind of, you know, figured out its home a little bit. I've got some glue that's specifically for weather stripping, and what we're going to do is we're just going to glue the back side of this to the weather stripping, and then we'll leave one side of the weather stripping open so that we can still put screws through this little metal channel and fix it to the body. It's not going to be OEM plus or whatever. It's going to be good enough because I don't want to spend $600 on new ones of these. Right now, it's just getting the car somewhat sealable so I can wash it, and that's all I care about. So, unfortunately, if this isn't a thing, that's a lot of money for some door seals. We're going to try this. First things first, though, we got to clean them. So I'm going to soak these things down in glass cleaner and give them a wash. Here you go. Nice birthday it's got here. So it's pretty clean. You can see all the old weather stripping. We'll address that in a minute. But right now, this does have a tear in the passenger side. But you know what? It's fine. We're just going to leave that for now. I'm going to flip this over, stick the trim back in, and we're going to hit it with some of this black super weather. Yeah, that. We're going to hit it with that. Alright, so we got this thing all kind of fitted up where I think it should go. It's close enough. Little clamps just to keep the two together. We're going to glue in these holes right here. There's holes that are supposed to be for rivets or tabs or something. They're not there anymore. So we're just going to glue them to this channel, and then this whole thing will be held in by the rivet down here and some of the screws that'll be up here. So this will be glued, this will be glued, and then the inner channel up here will be glued. So that way, hopefully, this is all held tightly to the car by the screws, and that's that. So we'll go with that. I don't know, we're just winging it. All right, so what we did is just do some little sections here. You know, little, I guess, beads, if you will. And I'm hoping, and then we got those. So I'm hoping that the metal trim will stay to the rubber. Worst case scenario, maybe we gack it all, but we're gonna hold off on this, let it dry and set up. And then if this doesn't work, like I said, maybe we'll put you know, fill that whole channel, just make it all one. But I don't know. This is an experiment. We're gonna see if we can save that much money or not, but gotta start somewhere. Holy crap, man. Sometimes I even surprise myself. Like, I never thought that this was actually gonna hold or even work as good as it is right now, but it is doing wonderful. So we will end up doing the other side the exact same way as soon as I can get that last screw off the inside pillar, but that means I gotta pull junk out. I don't wanna do that right now. So we'll add that to the to-do pile. For right now, I wanna solve this issue. Handle doesn't work, but if you open it from the inside here, it does. So I think that means we gotta tear apart the panel. So I'm gonna look and see what it takes to do that, and if it's the handle, we'll go see if there's one in a junkyard. I think there is, but it's in North Phoenix. So we might have to make a trip to North Phoenix, go get a handle real quick. So I tore down the entire door panel and then realized it's literally just these two holes right here. And pulled the door handle to find out it's broken. Yay. So the good news is we don't need too many tools to go down to the junkyard and pull one of these, but this one is pooched. And I was afraid of that because this is apparently a flaw with these things. Something about unlocking when you're trying to open or something, and these things like to break, but this one is junk. Stick it in the pile. Apparently there's only one yard with one car. It's across town, so it's an hour away, and who knows if they even have the part. So I stopped to think, how much are these things new? You can order a set of these and have them overnighted to you for under 40 bucks. A pair. Yes, please. Highly ranked. They're not OEM. I don't care. Drift car. So I ordered them. So they'll be here tomorrow before noon. Sick. Don't have to do that. So now we're going to take this time, since the truck's already out of the driveway, roll junk back, take off this trim. We're going to do the other one. Slap her in. All right, so I got the other trim. It's gluing up. It's setting up. I figured I'd start tackling the stereo. We've got a dual head unit from Walmart. This used to be in Claptrap, actually. So we're gonna take that and put it in here. I'm gonna go get a install kit, but I wanted to show this because, and if you're watching, Freddie, I'm just gonna keep it real right now. What is this? What is this? Dude, there was a piece of radiator hose stuffed under here just to kind of like home it. And it's got wood blocks holding it here. And whatever this is, it's not how you do it, bro. I'm hoping there's not something broken that I don't know about right now, but we're gonna find out because we're gonna rip this sucker out. The baling wire was also a real nice touch. Alright, so I got all this ripped out. There was this switch right here, and I had no idea what it was for. It was something to do with the stereo. It went to the stereo. I'm wondering if it was the handbrake shut off so that you could watch movies and stuff, or get the screen to work, or if it was like a camera activation sort of thing. But either way, we cut it out, and the whole stereo's out now, and it's just sitting there chilling. Fortunately, they didn't cut these, which is like the biggest thing I've always seen with cars, aftermarket or whatever, is that they cut this for some reason, and it's really not cool when they do that, because then it makes every install forever harder after you cut those off. So we got RCA outputs for sub remote wire, and those go behind the driver's seat in the little cubby. That's nice. I like that that's already done, at least, because I do have a sub that we can put in this. This just kind of hangs out somewhere around here, I think, but it's fine where it's at. We're gonna go to Walmart. We're gonna go get the install kit for this so we can mount the dual into it. So review, did the same thing. Kind kind of gacked it into the corners. I kind of equivalate it to like welding, right? You just kind of fill the seams right here. And, you know, you just do enough that it holds the rubber to the metal. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in the car. It just kind of fits in like that. And then I've got parts coming because this was literally just chilling here, just glued to the whatchamacallit with double-sided tape. So I ordered some new push tabs so that this will stay properly. So I at least don't lose this, because this is, dude, this stuff's expensive for OEM. This piece for this new is like $800. It's insane. That front tab from here, I think we'll just do as much as we can and go. Once you get enough in here, you can tuck the trim up, right? Where this little ear is. There's a push it in, and then the one on the bottom. I got woken up this morning by the sound of my phone dinging because someone was at my door dropping a box with a door handle. Not just a door handle, but 2 door handles and a cool little keychain that's inside. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on real quick and then slap my door panel back together as best as I can because it is missing hardware. But yeah, hopefully this chapter of the car piece will be done. There you go. Exterior door works. Interior door works. Lock it. Nothing. Nothing. And there we go. So now we can have passengers in our drift car. We're getting really close to having this thing being like a normal car again. It needs a wash desperately, as you can see all the dirt and stuff everywhere. But that's gonna have to wait. I still need to get underneath, pull out that throwout bearing, and one of the things I forgot to look at before I ordered everything was the slider for the throwout bearing. So I need to look at that and order one if needed. What else? Clips are coming. The little grommets for this. Those are coming. What else? What else we got? I honestly think that's all the little tidbits. I could be wrong. It's just a bunch of little tiny detail things that are helping set this car off in terms of whatever. We do need to get a windshield in it before we hit the drift track, or before we go drifting, because Marcus swears that they're not gonna hit it for tech. But I know that if you were to do drag, they would hit it for tech. I don't want to, just wing it and it be flagged. So maybe we'll just do it anyways. So it's about 1 o'clock on Monday, and we ordered parts midday Thursday, late Thursday. They shipped Friday night out of Florida. We got parts. Oh man, the fact that you can order car parts this fast is scary. And this is what I want to look at right now. This is a competition clutch white bunny kit. You can get them in 6-puck or full face, right? Sprung 6-puck for extra whatever. This one has like almost 500 torque clamping force. It comes with a pressure plate, your throwout bearing alignment tool, pressure plate, but this is the coolest part. It comes with a flywheel. This is the OEM, or I'm sorry, this is not a OEM spec flywheel, and that's what the white bunny is all about. Is they kind of threw the stock, whatchamacallit, out the window, and they developed their own thing. So with a white bunny, if you burn up the clutch disc, and you need a new clutch disc, you cannot buy an OEM spec clutch disc. I have competition clutch. I have a stage 4 gnarly clutch on the hatch, and it seems to be doing just fine. Granted, we haven't put a lot of power into it, but I don't exactly hear anybody talking trash about competition clutch. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this video. We did a lot, including almost got the tombstone completely together, and we're just waiting on that part from Japan. And that thing's going to look marvelous, trust me. In the next episode, we're going to start rebuilding this thing, right? We've already torn it down almost completely down, and we've also got some more parts that are been ordered for it. So we're getting to the end of the list. That's thankfully, because
I'm all out of money!
anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.